Hey guys, Sophie here, and I am here to show you one of my favorite ways to get more fruit and vegetables, more specifically vegetables, into my daily routine every single day, and that is through a smoothie. So I'm going to show you my favorite recipe. It's not really a recipe, I just kind of throw stuff together, but I do this on the daily, and it helps me just to get in more vegetables, especially if there's a day where I know that I'm not going to be eating a lot of vegetables, or maybe it's been late evening and I've noticed that I just didn't have vegetables for the day. I whip up this smoothie and can't even taste some of the vegetables that I put in here. So you can start with frozen or fresh. So I have a baggie here. I just kind of prepped these up in a Ziploc bag ahead of time. There is kale and spinach and cucumber in here. So I did about like a fourth of a cucumber, a little bit less probably, handful of spinach, handful of kale. You can absolutely use fresh where it's not frozen. I do that all the time. I just have this already made and cut, so it's super easy. Also, I love it because it kind of gives it more of like that cold, icy type of texture, because I don't use ice when I do this, but you can use ice if you want. I would start with maybe just doing a little bit of everything, just so you can kind of get used to it, the texture. You just don't want to do too much at once. If I had celery, or if you have celery, I would chop up some celery to also put in here. So we got kale, we got spinach, and we got cucumber. I put in quite a bit. Okay, so just to give you an idea right there, okay? Secondly, I add in my fruit. I prefer frozen. Again, it's kind of like ice, but you can use fresh as well, plus it stays longer. I love mango and I love pineapple. So I just take a handful. I used to measure like a fourth of a cup, but I just kind of take a handful now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6. Add in a little more because I love pineapple. And then I add in some mango. Handful of mango. This helps to sweeten it a little bit. Third, so I always add in vegetables, fruits, healthy fat, super important. So I love to use an avocado. I usually just do like a fourth of an avocado. Healthy fat, a lot of benefits. Can't even taste it. It also makes it smooth. The texture a little bit smoother. You can also get frozen avocado, or sometimes I freeze it myself. Okay, so about a fourth. Put that in there. Promise you can't taste it. Fat is very good for us. Our brain is made of mostly fat, so we need that in our diets. Okay, and then I also like to add in a protein source. So you might not know this, but you also get protein from your vegetables, but another good source would be chia seeds or hemp seeds, and I don't have that with me, but normally I do, and I do add that. Otherwise, I would recommend a protein. However, be very mindful of the type of protein you use. I'm a stickler for ingredients, so be mindful of what is actually in your protein, because it can be doing you more harm than good. I recommend a plant-based protein. It's what I love. Most people, it is easier to digest, and usually better quality ingredients. If anything, just make sure to please look at the ingredients. No artificial flavorings and sweeteners. A lot of times there's just a bunch of extra crap and sugar and just things that are just doesn't make it useful. Yes, there might be protein, but if it has other stuff in there, then it's just going to be no use. So I like to experiment. Right now I have Garden of Life vanilla protein. I also like Sun Warrior, which you can get at like any health food store or sometimes your grocery store. I have some online sources that I do like as well. When in doubt, you can always just message me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or if you go to the gym, just let me know, and I can point you to what I love. What's another one? Sun Warrior, Vega as well. Okay, so I love the protein too, the powders, just because I like the consistency it gives, and I like the vanilla flavoring that it gives my smoothie. Usually I'll do a scoop, half a scoop to a scoop. This is basically already gone. So I'll just put that in there. Okay. And then ginger, very powerful anti-inflammatory. I load it up. I usually don't like ginger, but I love it in my smoothies. And I probably put in about a teaspoon, maybe even more than a teaspoon. But I just like to sprinkle that in. That was a lot. I have come to love the taste of ginger, but I think that might have been too much. Cinnamon, any cinnamon works. I love Ceylon. I don't know what how you say it. It's think holiday. It's amazing. But any cinnamon. Great for metabolism, anti-inflammatory. Also a great anti-inflammatory, and you really can't taste this stuff unless you really add it in. You can taste the ginger and the cinnamon for sure, but this next one, turmeric. I only add a little bit, and you really can't taste it at all. Now, another protein source that I love is hemp protein, so I am going to put a little bit of that in there. Usually just about a couple of tablespoons. Perfect. And if you want to add ice, you can do that. You can add water. You can add any sort of milk. I always recommend a non-dairy milk. Game changer for your smoothies, for how they taste, the texture. Amazing. Coconut water. Really good. So I put, depending on how much stuff I have in here, I put in usually a cup. This one I'm going to put in probably about a cup and a half because I don't want it to be super, super thick. And you don't have to do this in this order. I actually usually add the liquid first. Okay, about a cup and a half to 2 cups. And then I don't add ice, but you absolutely can if you want it to be thicker. The milk will also make it thicker and creamier as well. I like it to be a little bit thinner. So then I will grab my lid here, right over here. Doesn't look good. And then I usually will give it a little stir. Sometimes things get caught on the side. Sometimes I like to add more coconut water liquid to it. Yeah, this seems really thick. Very thick. Ooh, that ginger really came out. I'm gonna add in some more coconut water here. You can use regular water if you want. Sometimes I like to do half milk, half water. I love coconut milk, almond milk, oat milk, macadamia nut milk, walnut milk. Phone troubles. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. Like I said, I would start with a little bit, just starting with a little bit of adding spinach and kale and cucumber to yours, so you can kind of get used to it. But you cannot even taste the spinach and kale at all. Super delicious. It's more of like a fruity vanilla type of smoothie. You can add any fruit. You can play around with this recipe, experiment, add different things. But it is an easy, simple way to add in more vegetables to your nutrition every single day. Now this makes a lot. You can make it into a smoothie bowl. You could add granola on top. You could add fruit, chia seeds, nut butter, really anything. Yeah, so this usually makes a lot. And I added a lot of stuff, but. So, doesn't look the best, but it tastes really, really good. Let's see. And there we go. Got some extra vegetables in for my day. Banana would be good in this. Blueberries would be good in this. But I hope this helps shine some light on a way for you to add in more vegetables, also fruits, more specifically vegetables though. Give it a try. Let me know what you think and how you make your smoothies. Cheers. All right, chat soon, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.